Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Pixelgaard. Today we're going to be picking back up with the Pagoda build. And I was debating on, do I want to work on finishing the little bits of the exterior, or do I want to work on the interior? And I actually decided I want to spend at least one episode right now working on the interior, kind of mix it up. We've been on the exterior quite a bit, and I'm happy with it. The interior is horrendous at the moment. So I do want to spend just a little bit of time. We'll probably maybe move to the outside next episode. We'll see. I'm just kind of playing it by ear. Basically, the things that we have to do is we have to finish the interior, and we have to finish the exterior. Just little bits on the exterior and a lot of work on the interior. And then that building will be done, and I'll be happy, and it's going to look nice, and then we can move on to the next build. You will notice I did plant some trees out through here, just kind of bringing the trees back that we cut down, kind of clearing things out. And we also have to finish the pathway and all that stuff. We'll get to that. But and then also, this is just little things I worked on last week. Just little things around here. And then I also did some stuff in the team builder. I figured out what our team is going to be for the tournament. And I'm actually going to start working on that, recording that in secret here soon. And I sound tired because I'm exhausted. We actually spent the weekend, and we're still not done. We spent the weekend canning vegetables and a little bit of fruit over the weekend. So, actually, last week I harvested like well over. By the way, this little pathway here, it leads down into where our nether portal is and stuff. So there's that. But anyways, last week I harvested, or this past week I should say, I harvested like well over 100 pounds, probably like 140 pounds of tomatoes, squash, zucchini, and then I harvested apples and all that stuff. And so we spent the weekend canning, and we're still not done, but we canned like a bunch of homemade spaghetti sauces and zucchini and squash pickled, zucchini relish, which turned out amazing. It's my first time trying that. And then I made some like homemade apple butter from apples, like homegrown apples. It's actually from my mom's apple tree, and that turned out amazing. That turned out amazing. It was my first time trying that too. The spaghetti sauce we do all the time because we've gotten to where we can't really eat the store-bought spaghetti sauce. It's just not as good, and it doesn't take us that long. I mean, we slow cook the spaghetti sauce, so I mean it does take about a day to slow cook it. But yeah, so that's what we spent the weekend doing. And then we also harvested like green beans and stuff, so we had to set those up. And I'm going to grab this because we are going to need this, in fact. And I think this will be good for right now. We'll figure out where we're at, what we need, what kind of stairs we want to go with, because I'm not 100% sure on that. You should be able to eat berries, like pokeberries. But yeah. It was busy, but it was fun. It was fun. And then my mom came over and helped us, and my sister came over and helped us, and yeah. I cut vegetables for like 5 hours straight. Like shredding zucchini, and it's probably closer to 6 hours actually, and cutting onions and stuff. I made just the relish. I made, let's see, 30. I guess it was close to 50 pounds of relish alone that I did. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But the relish is amazing. It's amazing. It's like a sweet zucchini relish. Man, it's good. It's good. Okay, so anyways, we are going to be working here, and I think the first thing we need to do is just get the core parts in, which will be the stairs. And honestly, I'm leaning towards going with the dark oak planks, like what we've got for the floor. That way it all kind of blends together, but I don't know. I'm not for sure that I'm sold on that. I'm not sure if I want something that kind of contrasts a little bit more, or if I just want to go with the dark oak so that it matches more. It's actually a tough decision here, so yeah, I really don't want that. It's way too different. Let's try going with the dark oak, and let's see where that spruce. Let's try going with the dark oak and see how that does. The nice thing is, once we get this building done, of course, our rules on the server is if you have a proper building established for NPCs, then we'll set them up. We still have to set up one for the blacksmith. We'll do that whenever we do the ones for the pagoda. So that's going to be kind of the crowning moment for the pagoda build, is once we get everything in there. But like once the actual build is technically done, then we can set up our NPCs there. So, and I am going to have move tutors there as well. So that's going to help us out for maybe future stuff. I can't remember. I think the team I'm building has a couple moves that come from move tutors. So, but I decided that's actually where I'm going to have my move tutors, is in there, because it actually just kind of makes sense, because we've got all of our TMs and stuff there. And I'm actually going to move these seeds over to this area for right now. Then they can spread and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's pop up to here. A little bit harder to traverse that now that all the trees are in there, or a bunch of trees are in there. So this would be the stairs. And that way it would all kind of blend together, but we would have stuff on the outside that would kind of denote where the staircase was. I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you what. We're gonna change our plans slightly, because I've played around with some different staircase ideas. I've done Chinese workshop, red stained wooden planks even, and nothing really pops to me. So I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to start bringing down the decorative bits and doing those first, I think. Let me see what all this is what I've got in here, and I'm honestly thinking I think for the main posts I'm going to want some kind of wood, maybe the oak wood, I think. Oh, let me change this to box. And I want to go ahead and bring these down, I think. So we can figure out exactly where these are going to be, what kind of material they're going to be made out of, something like that. Just this way we can kind of figure everything out a bit easier, I think. That, because I have like no reference blocks at all up here at the moment. And this will just help things out a bit. And then we'll come up like that. Okay. And then over here we would have kind of the same thing. Like that. Okay, but we'll have that stuff. And then we're going to go ahead and put a border around this. Something like that. Probably do a border at the bottom too, maybe. Like that. And then I'm actually going to have it... let me pull this up, get that out of the way. Bring that down. Yeah. And then probably in the wall here, I'm probably going to... I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let me... do that. And then I can replace this with the oak wood. There we go. That way it just kind of matches up at the top of the stairs there. I might actually pull this section of wall back a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, and then I'll probably do this over just like one high. Like that, maybe. And then I'll go ahead and bring this on back too. Like that. I don't know. I could do one opposite that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So anyways, that's kind of the framing for this area. And I mean, I guess I could... Well, I don't know why I'm trying to make stairs with architecture craft, because I was originally planning on them being hollow stairs. Kind of like what I did in Enigmatica. So you can actually, like it is as you're stepping up, you know, you can see kind of underneath the staircase. That's probably what we'll do. Let me go ahead and peel off some of this cobblestone, actually. Like that. And I've got to figure out what kind of material I really want to use for the stairs themselves. But we're going to continue this little section out right here. And so let's go ahead and bring this over. Yeah, that all lines up nicely. And then I guess technically I could bring it over right here. Like that. And this will be kind of, this section's all going to be ornate stuff. So, that, and yeah. Then we've kind of got half a railing at the moment. It's not going to be the actual railing, but because this is all going to be kind of, it's not going to have like a proper railing. Originally I was thinking about, well, I could do a railing with architecture craft or chisels and bits. Now, what we're going to have is, this is almost going to be like, kind of like those screens, right? Where it's going to be kind of just woodwork up through here. And then what we'll do is we'll just copy it up through the floors and everything. Because all the stairs are laid out identical. So we'll just, you know, we'll set that back up. The only difference being maybe the top floor, it might have, once we finally get up there, the top floor, it might have like a screen type section, screened in type section around the stairs, but that'll be a little bit different because, of course, there's no second floor. That would be the main change, or the main difference to this. But other than that, we can just kind of pattern this up and carry it on up. So, okay, so now what we're going to do is we have to change up the type of wood. I don't know if I want to bring these out 3 instead of 2, though. 1 second, let me think. Yeah, okay, I went ahead and did everything 3 wide instead of just 2 wide, and went ahead and thickened out everything to match that. So it's all like 3 wide, except for, of course, this little border right through there, and of course this is still flush, but it's 3 wide now. Okay, so now what we're going to do, let me actually drop this light back. I had to move it because I've actually got these, went ahead and had these stick out like one in front of that block space. So, which is fine. I think it's going to work out nicely. And, like I did it on purpose, basically. Okay, so what we're going to do, let me grab this, and let's switch this over to, I don't know if I want to go with spruce. Yeah, we're going to go with the spruce wood. And then let's go ahead and just run a border along, just a 1 block border right there. And then right there. Is that the wood that I want to go with? No, I tell you what. Let's go, at least for the border, the inside we might do spruce. But I think I want to contrast this wood with a darker one that kind of matches the floor. And then we'll have bits that come out with the spruce, I think. I think that's what I want to do. So we'll do like that. That. And then I guess we'll have to start building the stairs. We are going to do the stairs out of spruce, but it's all going to be handcrafted stairs. With chisels and bits, I do believe. And in this section here, we're going to leave this open. I might add some stuff, but for right now, I just want to leave that open for the time being. That's probably going to be one of the last things that we say yay or nay on, based on how everything looks once it's all shaped up. Same over here. We might do some little woodwork that kind of comes down, but we just have to make sure we have enough clearance for our head to kind of pass through there is the main thing. And then we'll go ahead and just run this out as well. There we go. And do we want to do that first, or do we want to do the stairs first? Well, let's actually start with the stairs and get these down. And all we're going to have to do to start out with is this would be where you step up to. let's go ahead and just build out... I don't know if I want to do a series of smaller steps or bring this out like... Let's actually bring that out 8. I think. Yeah. And then we're going to do this one out like that. Just to get a general idea real quick. We'll go ahead and bring that segment out. Bring that segment out. And that's the general, just a general idea. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just grab this as a pattern. Just right click. And that's going to give us that block space. Drop it into there. And let's go ahead and craft out a few of these. We'll start with 7. Oops. There's still actually a little bit more we got to do to this, but yeah, I guess I probably shouldn't have, I don't know if I should have crafted all these out, because I've got to change up a couple things, but, okay, so that would be kind of the stairs, the look of the stairs, and then we would have, right up here, what I'm going to do is, let me just grab this. I'm just going to go ahead and pull all this stuff up, and we'll go ahead and just remove that. We are going to change this a little bit, but just as kind of like a general example, we'll go ahead and build that out. There we go. And then, of course, I need that up there. Let me go ahead and make 2 more, just so we got all this. And then we still got to add a bit. We got to add like supports and stuff so that it actually makes sense that it's sitting there, because right now it's just kind of floating, but we're going to take care of that. I promise. So there we go. There we go. That's a start. And I do think, like, from this angle it kind of looks kind of goofy, but if we stand up here and just kind of like, if we're walking down especially, it's not so bad. And I like the fact that you can see through it. We are going to thicken these stairs out a bit. As well. So I think I don't know if I want to keep, we'll go ahead and bring these down, make these 3 wide, and then build that section over like that. So that's a little bit thicker, and then honestly it might have been easier. I might redo these and then just repattern them. That might be the easier way to go about it. Because I think I want to go with like the 3 thickness on the stairs, because I think I like that more. Okay, I got those all done. And I just kind of dragged them over and finished it out. Okay, so they're all 3 thickness, and I do think I'm going to bring out probably just like 1 block here that kind of just goes back underneath the stairs, like the next step up. It looks like actually this one, I didn't bring it over quite far enough. There we go. 1 block, 1 block, 1 block. Okay, and then I just got to bring these out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click there. That's going to save this whole little stair section. And then how many stairs do I have? 1, 2, 5 that I need. So let's go ahead, drop that in. Let's get 5 of these. Okay. And I should be able to, and let's hold shift so it locks in. If you hold shift, it'll lock into that block, and then we'll just set it there. Yeah. I've still got some more stuff I've got to add to this, but I think it's a good start. Okay, let's rotate. Hold shift and boom. So that is good to go. That's the new stairs. Well, they're not done, but that's the start of them. Okay, so then what we need to do is let's see, what next? Let's see. I think that's going to be the last time that we copy this over, because now we're about to move into stuff that's going to be different based on where the stairs are at. So let's go ahead, and these ones here, I'm actually just going to bring a post down like that. And then, which a lot of this stuff is actually going to be kind of hidden from view here in just a minute, because we're going to put the screen over the front of this, but I still want it here, even though you're not going to be able to see it so much. What did I do here? Why did I remove that? I just want to kind of finish up the underbelly first, and then we can, we can move on to the next part. And then bring that down. And then I'm actually going to bring out like that. And then we're going to bring this down. And repeat for all this. Okay. And I think I'm at the point where I can build that down. At least for right now. I may have to open it back up in a minute, but okay, so those are in, and like I said, these are going to be kind of hidden by screen, so they're just going to be kind of something that you can see if you look really closely through the screen. Then what we're going to do is I'm actually going to have bits of this that come through, and I'm actually going to kind of follow this pattern. So we're just going to come out like there will be a post, and then there will be a post. I'm actually going to bring a line across right there that just kind of connects all this up. And I'm probably going to do it here, here, here as well. Yeah, I'm going to have to get back up underneath this. And then I'm going to bring this out. I'm kind of just building supports up underneath the staircase. Okay. There we go. That's a start. I told you this part was going to be a pain because it's got so many little bits to it. Something I just thought of, and that I should probably do is actually bring this out one more. And the reason being is because, of course, there's going to be the screen right there that's going to be pushed out by one. So I want the stairs to go all the way up to where the screen is, instead of having like a gap between the stairs and the screen, if that makes sense. And then I'll do the same thing over on this side. Okay. Plus it means it kind of overhangs off of that a bit more, which is kind of nice. Off all this wood. And then I've still got to do all this stuff over here. This stuff's going to be slightly different though, because we're not going to be carrying the supports all the way to the ground. So. And the whole support structure system is going to be slightly different, of course. Not sure if I can walk. Yeah, I can walk up underneath this. Okay, so this part's going to be a bit easier then. And so then what we'll do is we'll switch back over to the spruce wood. And I need to finish out running this pattern. Okay, so that's brought all the way back. So we've kind of formed like a little bit of a cage back in here. And then... yeah, it's basically just going to be a cage underneath the stairs, though. Okay, so that's brought out. And then what I'm going to have to do is... yeah, I don't know if I'm going to run it out. I've got to figure out how all I want to plug this up. Okay, I got that all brought down, like that. And then what we're going to do is... let's pop up here real quick. Back so I can kind of move around, and we are going to set this to slice, and we're just going to bring this down to like right there, and it's going to leave a little gap here. We're going to fill that in, and then let me go ahead and just put that there, and then we'll bring that down, and then that down, that down, and we'll just carry this on through to right there. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side, and there. Let me go ahead and fill that in. Okay. So there we go. That's going to be kind of how the staircase is shaped up here. So we've kind of got all these supports, kind of where the landing is, and then it kind of goes into like a slant that carries on upwards. And then what we're going to do is, first and foremost, let's go ahead and just bring this out. And then we're going to bring that out. And then let's pop up here. I don't know why my stomach is like carrying on, growling. Of course, I really actually didn't eat very much at all this weekend because we were so busy. I didn't really have time. So that's probably why, if I had to guess. But okay, so there we go. Now that's kind of in. I really like that pattern there. But I think I like this over here more for this section. But I think right here what we'll do is we'll carry this down. Actually build this out a little bit so we can actually move around up here. I could do it more like that. I might actually do it like that. And thing is, I can always take the hammer and I can cut out bits. You know, if I want to like have some kind of a design in here maybe. I mean, it's going to have a screen over it, so at the end of the day, it's not going to be all that visible. But we might do something like that. I don't know. And then we'll set this back to slice. Let's run this back. That all lines up nicely. And then let's run that back. Set this back to box. Okay. So we've got those, I don't know if I really like those other two coming out though. Unless I just brought it all down like that. Which, I mean, I might. Otherwise, I'm just going to cut those away. We don't actually want those then. But, this is actually the hardest part to sort out, actually, is this little section. I don't know. Because I feel like if I do that, then all this would need to be solid. Like, if I'm just looking at this section, I really like it, but when I take in all of this, I don't like it. I actually think I like this more. Of course. I don't know. I mean, it's less... I think it's less going on. I think I still like to keep that, but maybe keep this as like a solid section. And then I guess that... Yeah, I just think it looks better. It looks more traditional than having... I think my idea with the stairs before, it looked better in my head. And I don't know, it just didn't... It didn't shape up the way that I was thinking it would, I guess. And then we'll bring that out like that. Yeah, I think that just looks better all around. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. So, I wasted a bit of time, but it happens. It happens when building, I think. I'll probably cut a little bit of that footage where I spent a lot of time working on it. But I think that looks better as a staircase than what we had going on. So, oh, also the tournament. If you're curious about what the tournament's going to be, we had a vote. It was posted up on the Discord, and the winner of the vote, we had like 5 different options. The winner is, we're going to have a monotype, it's level 25 cap, monotype tournament. With some added rules and stuff, which I posted on the Patreon section of the Discord. Basically just, banning certain Pokemon and items, as per usual, to kind of keep balance. But yeah, so it's a monotype. Your moves and stuff could be whatever, but... the typing of your Pokemon have to be monotype. So, okay. I ended up bringing these little sections out. I went ahead and brought them out the full 3 blocks wide. The reason being, I was thinking about how I want to do the design that's going to run through here, and I think I came up with what I want to do, but to really do it the way I want to do it, it's going to require that we have a 3-block wide section there. So I went ahead and brought those out, and I think I've settled on the pattern that we're going to be doing, or kind of the patterns that we're going to be doing. And so anyways, I do believe though that this episode I'm going to end out here. Next episode we'll come back, and I don't think, of course I didn't think this was going to take this long, but I started out with a different design, and you know, I was reviewing the footage and I couldn't really cut all that out, so I kind of wanted to show what I did and then totally changed it over. I wanted to show that on camera. So this will be, I think it's about wrapping up point for this episode. But next episode, kind of the part 2 of working on this, we're going to get the wall segments in and finish out the staircase, and then we can just make a pattern and copy it up to the other floors. Now the top floor I'm not going to do anything with just yet, and the reason being is because I've got to see kind of how I do the ceiling to decide if I want the walls, if I want to screen around this at all, and if so, if I want it to go all the way up. Probably not, because it's going to be a massive screen if we do that, or if I just want to do a railing around this that's going to kind of mimic the railing that's going to go around this section. I've got to kind of play around with it and see. So we'll do that, and if that doesn't take all episode, which I don't foresee it taking all episode to finish this out, but if it doesn't, then we'll start on the next bits. We're kind of focusing on the bigger bits first. The next bit will be this this cutout that goes in the center of this area. So we'll probably start working on that and start putting that together. So we'll have a few episodes of working or finishing out the pagoda. I don't know. I'm guessing maybe 3 more episodes-ish of working on the interior, and then we'll finish out the exterior, and it's somewhere in there. It might be after we finish the interior, it might be in the middle of when we're working on the interior, and then we'll probably have like a decorating type episode or 2 is what I foresee. But you know, things, it just depends. But I would like to get all this finished up here pretty soon so we can start moving on to the next bit of work. So but yeah, so anyways, I'm going to end out this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure to hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So this is steadily getting there. It's such a big structure, and there's so much little tiles work on the inside that it takes a bit of time. So but anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.